I'm Professor Uma Kothari, and I'm the chair of the annual conference of the Royal Geographical Society with the Institute for British Geographers in 2020. For me, I mean, the RGS with IBG annual conference is just such an important, vibrant, creative, convivial space for us to share our work, to progress the discipline in various ways. And I think it's also an important space for us to talk across the subfields and the subdisciplines within geography, and to have that kind of fruitful engagement and those encounters across those different subfields. And I think thirdly, the important thing for me about the conference is that it's salient and it's timely, that it addresses not just contemporary challenges, but also critically looks at the historical development and legacy of those particular challenges in the present day. So in that context, and in collaboration with talking to other people, I wanted to select a theme that I felt could address all of those issues and that could create that kind of environment for the conference. And so the theme is on borders, borderlands and bordering. In the context of borders, which of course is hugely timely and salient for us at the moment, but globally as well. You know, there's a lot of issues going on around borders, and I don't just mean material, physical borders, but symbolic borders and digital and invisible borders, the ways in which people might be surveyed, or the ways in which borders might be fluid and flexible in all kinds of human and non-human ways. In terms of borderlands, it seemed to me that the borders are often seen as being quite fixed and impermeable, whereas the borderlands is the space in between that can be patrolled in all kinds of ways, but also within which lots of creative things can take place. And so thinking about bordering, you know, what are the technologies of bordering, not just passports and biometrics, but the ways in which those borders are produced, the ways in which they're malleable, and the kinds of technologies that are involved in that. So really thinking about multiple scales of borders. So the body is a border, for example, the border between human and non-human that we seem to have reified and need to challenge in particular ways, the border between land and sea, life and death. So different spatial and temporal notions of borders, borderlands and bordering. The RGS annual conference is the highlight of my intellectual calendar, so I love it, and I want to make sure that it is an environment where people feel comfortable, and I think it is a convivial space. And I think that there's certain kinds of feedback from conferences that I think it's important that we take on board. And you know, carbon footprint, the ways in which we engage artists, for example, and I think that's important. And those are some of the things that I'd like to develop a bit further this time.